throughout time, it seems like, once every 20, 30 years or whatever, like the people at Gibson just decide they're going to do something weird.
I feel like it's more like 10 to 15 years. Like every 10 to 15 years, they like completely just crap the bed.
I'm trying to figure out what they did like 15 years ago.
There's got to be something. Like every now and then they come up, like think about not even 15 years ago, the reverse flying V.
Right. Yeah.
Like stuff like that where that was like a special run. Where
at least that was special run.
They were trying to be funny with it, I think. Like
that was kind of a joke.
Every now and then they do something so out there. It's like, what are you guys smoking? Like the most recent thing is this year's models, 2015.
This year's model played by Elvis Costello.
And we just found out like in the last week and a half that they're completely going back to 2014 specs.
Which I'm not surprised about at all, because when the 2015 SR came out, the list of which was basically, I don't know if SR...
That was only like a month ago, right?
Yeah, I've heard that the SR stood for different things. I thought it stood for like special run or short run.
It probably stands for sorry.
Yeah.
And those things sold so quick.
Everyone I saw was super excited about it. Let's just clear the air on one thing first. Longtime listeners, people in the Facebook group get this. A few episodes ago, we did a Gibson 2016 leaked episode.
I had made a fake leaked ad from Gibson that showed like the new 2016 models that had a bunch of just batty out there new features in keeping with the new features of the 2015 line.
Right. And we made a video and we still get comments. Like that video dropped, I think 2 months ago. And we get comments still on it from like, especially with the new 2016 line being announced. We get comments on that video where people are like, oh, this is a joke, right? Like, oh no, this can't be real. Wait, these guys seem really serious about this. It's a joke.
Yeah.
Hopefully you listen to that episode. And
it was a big old joke.
Got it and got the joke. Anyway, the 2015 line. We've said this from the beginning of the whole 2015 thing. If they would have put out like one or two Les Pauls, one or two SGs, maybe like a they probably wouldn't have done a Firebird, but like one or two Les Pauls, one or two SGs, kept the rest of the line basically the same as 2014. People would have bought them.
Yeah.
A lot of people would have said like, oh, Gibson, this is weird. But I think a lot of people would have bought the new models just to try them out, just to have it as like, oh, this is like a piece of history.
Right. Someone would have put big money into it to be like, oh, I get the new Gibson every year. Yeah. You would have hit that crowd.
Yeah. When Gibson did the original robot models, they did a robot standard and a robot studio, and those flew off the shelves because they only did two models with them. I want to say that was like 5, 6, 7 years ago.
And people wanted to try them.
People wanted to try it out. People who tried that out would have come back and said, I want the latest version of this. The people that tried it out and liked it anyway. Yeah. But by forcing your entire Nashville line, with the exception of like 3 signature models, to make the changes, like it just alienated a lot of people.
Well, their 2015 line, let's just cut to the chase. They screwed the pooch big time. Everything I had heard from people like in the industry is that people who have guitar stores couldn't sell them at all, couldn't sell 2015s, and they have to buy, the way the industry works, you have to buy a minimum of them. So people are pissed in the industry who own shops, who are retailers, like, we had to buy all these. We can't sell them. No one wants them. As soon as they came out with the SR line, which was a limited run of Gibsons basically at normal spec without all the new features, those sold out like same week. Yeah. Everyone bought them up. Everyone wanted to have a 2015 that was normal. And those things are probably going to be collectors now, just because they're the small run of normal 2015s.
Oh, the SRs. Yeah.
Yeah. And so now they're going back to regular spec for 2016, and they're lowering prices back down. Like, they're completely going back on everything they said. When they came out with the 215s, they're like, we're sticking by our guns. This is the way Gibsons are going to be from now on. And it was just seemed so forced and so like, what is wrong with you people? And now they're having to go completely back on their word, which is good because their word sucked.
Yeah, apparently SR stood for sprint run.
Okay.
But
It probably what it is they were like, none of our guitars are selling. Everyone is pissed at us.
we need a sprint to make up that money.
Yeah, we need to test the market real quick and see if people will actually buy what they say they want to buy.
Yeah.
And then people bought what they say they want to buy from Gibson.
Yes.
And so they're like, okay, we've got to give them what they want, which is what they should be doing anyways.
Yeah. So if you jump on Musician's Friend, probably Sweetwater, probably any of your major retailers, look up Gibson 2016. It's gonna bring up.
I think they're already selling them.
Yeah. Well, they're at least already pre-ordering them
On Sweetwater, I think.
Is Sweetwater actually selling them?
I think I saw an ad for them today.
Right, but I don't know if they're actually like shipping them.
I wouldn't be surprised if they start shipping them very soon.
Right. Well, the whole lineup's there. I think there's something like 17 total instruments in total in the line.
Yeah.
Prices are all over. I mean, I think the cheapest one, there is I think they're calling it the Gibson LPM,
Yeah.
which is basically a Les Paul Jr. style guitar with a humbucker, like only a bridge humbucker and a wraparound tailpiece.
Right. So, like the Green Day model.
Yeah,
Basically.
sort of. But, well, what's weird is I don't think it's a flat top junior. It's like a studio.
Oh,
but
okay,
it's
interesting.
like a single pickup studio with a wraparound tailpiece. I could be wrong. I didn't look too closely.
Yeah.
But they've got their studio line back. I think that's at $1,300, $1,400, which is where it's been for a couple years.
Yeah.
All the way up through the standards, and I'm not sure if they have customs, but they've got the full range from basically $4,000 down to like $800 of Gibson models. And it's, people are really excited about them, as I think they should be.
Yeah, well, they want what they expect out of Gibson. And you think about how long it takes to build a guitar. Let's imagine it takes minimum 3 months to build a Gibson. Once you're done with, letting the glue and the finish cure.
Sure.
And it takes a good amount of time to make a set neck too. Setting a neck is a process compared to
I don't know if it
bolt-on.
takes that long.
Look it up. You'll be surprised. So the SRs came out last month, July. So they knew that they were in trouble 2 to 3 months into the year.
Right.
And started hauling ass on making new guitars that they hoped would sell.
Let's be honest.
And they did that. They did the SR run. And then as soon as those sold out, they started hauling ass on the 2016s to get new stuff figured out, because then they knew the 2015s were a disaster.
Let's be honest. You ready for some honesty?
I'm ready for your honesty, Steve. Lay it on me.
Somebody on the executive team at Gibson saw our YouTube video.
Oh, yeah.
And they were like, damn.
Yeah, these guys made a point.
So whoever it was, thank you for listening. Thank you for understanding what we were trying to convey.
Right.
And when you're ready to send us our free lineup of Gibson guitars as a thank you, just shoot us an email and we will give you our addresses.
And we will give you very positive reviews on your 2016s.
As long as they don't suck.
As long as they don't suck.
Yeah. All right. What's our third ad?